Hello, I'm Scott, and in this video we're going to take a look at the cPanel File Manager. The File Manager will allow you to upload, download, and manage files for your website hosting account. So the first thing we need to do is log into cPanel. So we just want to go to yoursite.com followed by /cPanel. And now just enter our login details. So now we have the cPanel dashboard. Your dashboard may look a little different depending on what style you have activated, but what we need to find is the Files section and then the File Manager. If yours isn't in sections and it's just a list of icons, you can just locate the File Manager, or you can just use this find function up here and type in File Manager. Then we just want to select that. Now for the options, we want to choose the second one, which is Web Root. This will be the root folder or the main folder for oursite.com. Next, I like to have this checkbox here ticked, which enables it to show hidden files. That way you get to see all the files on your hosting account, whether they're hidden or not. And you can ignore this and leave that unchecked, the second option. Now just click Go. The File Manager has three main sections. We have up the top here, the functions or commands for File Manager. These are general folder and file functions like create a new file, folder, copy, move, delete, download, upload, just the common file management functions. The next section is on the left here, which is a list of the paths or directory on your hosting account. You'll notice that public HTML should be selected as default. That's because we chose to view the files for our website directly. We just want to manage the files on our website. Unless you know what you're doing, I do recommend just ignoring those other folders and just make sure public HTML is selected. So this third section will always list the current folder contents. So if I was to open this folder up the top here, I can do that by double clicking at the start of the box. This will then list all the contents within that folder. And you'll see there's quite a few folders and files in here. So I could open up another folder and keep going in and viewing the contents of these other folders. But I'm going to use this button here that goes up a level. This will go back to the public HTML directory, which is oursite.com. Or I could have clicked on public HTML here to come back to this folder. Just a quick look at the other buttons here. We've got back, forward, reload, select all, and unselect all. So select all will select all the contents in this folder that we currently have active. You can unselect them. And if you go back, it will go back to the previous folder you had opened, and forward goes forward if you use the back function. With talking about the select all and unselect all, you can also select individual files by clicking on it and then holding down Control on the keyboard, and you can select them out of order. They don't have to be in order, so you can select multiple files that way. Or you can select one as well and use Shift, and it'll select all of that from the one you select to the next one you click on. So now let's go through the functions of the File Manager. We have New File, which you probably won't use too much through this File Manager. You'd prefer to upload files you've already created. But if I click New File, it'll allow me to put in a name. So I could do index.html if I wanted to. And I'll leave it set to be created in this public HTML folder. So I can hit Create New. So once that's reloaded, you'll notice we now have a new one called index.html. Its size is 0 bytes because it's empty. But now let's take a look at folders. I can create a new folder by clicking New Folder. But first I want to mention how folders sort of work. So I said this is the contents of yoursite.com. So if you wanted to create a blog that is yoursite.com/blog, and that's where that blog is located, you'd need to create a new folder called blog. So any folder you create within the public HTML file will be used to create a subdirectory for your website. So you can create yoursite.com/blog/forum or whatever you want. So for this example, I just want to show you creating yoursite.com/blog. So I'm going to select New Folder, and I'm going to call this Blog. And I'm going to leave that set to be created in the public HTML folder and click Create New. So once this reloads, we'll see the blog has been added. So now if I go back to mysite.com and type in blog, it will now list everything in that folder, which currently has nothing in it, and we can go to the parent directory. So we can go back to yoursite.com. But now let's move that index file we created into that folder. Locate the one you created, so index.html, and I'm going to move this. So now it wants to know where I want to move it to. So if I was to leave this set to public HTML, it would wouldn't move because it'd move it to the same location. But now I want to add on /blog. So this will move it to the blog folder. So I can hit move file. So you can see that's gone. And you'll notice that if I open blog, it'll be in here. So now if I reload this page again, it looks blank at the moment, but that's because index.html is blank. But now instead of saying there's nothing in the directory, it loads that file, which at the moment is nothing. But if I quickly come back and select that, I can use these editors here. So if I was to hit editor or edit, you could use a HTML editor as well. But if I select edit, label this as default, and then just click edit. So now this is currently blank. Let's just type something here. So that's not very good HTML, but this will show you it working. So now if I hit save in the top right and close, and now if I reload that blog page again or folder, it'll say what I typed in. Okay, so that gives you a look at creating folders, creating a file, moving the file. Now you could upload or download this file. So if I wanted to select the file and then select download, and that will download it to my computer. But if I had this file on my computer that I'd worked on, I can select upload and upload it to this blog directory. But now I'm just going to show you delete. So I can hit delete, make sure the file you have selected is the one you want to delete. So I want to delete that. And I'll quickly show you uploading. So if I was to select upload, and now I select choose file, I'm going to choose this WordPress installation zipped file. This would allow me to install WordPress into my blog directory. So if I was to open that, it would start uploading it. You'll notice that you can see the upload in the bottom right. We've just got to wait for that to finish. Okay, so that upload's complete. So now if we go back to previous page, you'll notice I now have this WordPress directory or zipped file that I uploaded. Now, because I uploaded this zipped, WordPress itself is actually quite a few thousand files. So if you tried to upload them individually, that'd take too long. But because they were zipped and I uploaded them, I can select that zipped file and I can choose extract. And you'll notice that it has the current folder selected, so public HTML blog. And that's where I want this WordPress installation to go, under the blog directory. So I'll just select extract files, and that lists all the files that were extracted. So I can close that. Now you see nothing here has changed, but if I hit reload, that new directory will be there, WordPress. So now since I've extracted that, I no longer need this old one. So I can delete that, delete files. Now you'll notice that this is WordPress in its own folder. So if I open that, the actual files for WordPress are within that folder. So if I go up a level, this is currently in the blog folder. So if I wanted to access WordPress, I'd actually have to go to mysite.com/blog/WordPress. And that's not what I want. I want the blog to be straight at mysite.com/blog. So what I need to do is move everything that's in this folder into the blog directory and remove this WordPress folder. So if I open this and then select all, I can now move and remove that WordPress directory. So it goes straight to the blog directory. So select move files, now up a level. So that WordPress folder is now empty. So I can delete that and delete. So now if I go back and load the blog, it'll now show me the WordPress, the start of the WordPress installation. And that would be located just at blog. So I think the last thing I need to mention is just changing file permissions. So let's say an application says that you need to change a few files permissions to a specific permission. You can select the file you need to change and then just choose change permissions. So if it tells you to change a file to 777, that's just tick every box. But you'll notice you can figure out what the numbers are. So if whatever it tells you to change a file to, it's easy to change it to. And then just select change permissions when you're done. So I think that covers everything you need to know about File Manager to use it effectively. So that's all for this video. If you're watching this video on YouTube and it's helped, please hit that like button and subscribe. If you'd like to see more cPanel tutorials or just website tutorials in general, you can check out my website at www.thewebsiteteacher.com. Thanks for watching.